Welcome everyone to the channel. Today's video is extremely important because the coin you are about to see may look ordinary, dirty, and forgotten, but its hidden value could shock you. So stay with me till the end, because one small mistake could cost you a life-changing fortune. Top 6 first up, the 1979 Washington quarter, without a mint mark, is one of those coins that instantly ignites curiosity, especially when it appears old, dark, and heavily dirty, as if it has survived decades of forgotten history. At first glance, many people dismiss such a coin as pocket change, but seasoned collectors know that some of the most shocking discoveries in numismatics have come from coins that looked worthless. Dirt, corrosion, and do not always destroy value. Sometimes they hide secrets so rare that only careful inspection can reveal them. This is why the 1979 no mint mark quarter continues to spark rumors, excitement, and heated debate among collectors around the world. To understand why this coin creates so much noise, you must first understand what no mint mark actually means. In 1979, quarters struck in Philadelphia carried no mint mark at all, while Denver used a D and San Francisco used an S. Millions upon millions of Philadelphia quarters were produced that year, and most of them are still worth only face value. However, history has proven again and again that rarity is not always about the date alone, but about what went wrong during the striking process. When a mistake happens at exactly the wrong moment, a normal coin can be transformed into something extraordinary. The idea that a 1979 quarter could be worth millions does not come from fantasy alone. It comes from the world of ultra-rare mint errors. Coins that were struck on the wrong metal, struck twice in a dramatic way, missing layers, or created using experimental materials can reach unbelievable prices when authenticated. In rare cases, these coins are unique or exist in numbers so small that collectors compete fiercely to own them. This competition is what drives values into 6, 7, and sometimes even 8 figures. The value is not in the dirt, but in what lies beneath it. A very dirty condition does not automatically mean a coin is ruined. In fact, many collectors strongly warn against cleaning coins because improper cleaning can permanently destroy surfaces that experts need to examine. Dirt can protect metal for decades, acting like a shield. Under that grime could be evidence of a wrong planchet strike, unusual weight, incorrect thickness, or metal composition that does not belong to a standard quarter. These hidden traits are invisible to the untrained eye, which is why people sometimes unknowingly spend coins that could have changed their financial future. What truly fuels the dream of overnight fortune is the existence of error coins that were never meant to leave the mint. Some errors escape quality control and entered circulation quietly, unnoticed for years. When one of these coins resurfaces and is confirmed by professionals, the market reacts instantly. Wealthy collectors and institutions are not buying metal. They are buying history, rarity, and exclusivity. When demand meets extreme scarcity, prices can climb to levels that seem unreal to ordinary people. However, it is critical to understand that not every worn or dirty 1979 quarter is a hidden treasure. Most are simply common coins that have lived a long, rough life. The true danger lies in believing every viral claim or exaggerated story without verification. The real power of a potentially valuable coin is patience and knowledge. A person who rushes to sell without understanding what they have often loses everything. History is full of stories where rare coins were sold cheaply before their true nature was discovered. If a 1979 no mint mark quarter truly had a one-of-a-kind error, its value would not be determined by imagination or excitement, but by expert examination. Weight, metal composition, strike quality, and microscopic details tell the real story. When a coin checks all the impossible boxes, that is when it becomes life-changing. That is when collectors stop talking about thousands and start talking about legacy-level money. The phrase, "don't spend it," exists for a reason in the coin world. Spending a potentially rare coin is irreversible. Once it leaves your hand, it disappears into circulation forever. A single moment of ignorance can erase an opportunity that might never come again. This is why experienced collectors treat unusual coins with extreme caution, storing them safely until proper evaluation can be done. The fantasy of becoming a billionaire overnight should always be balanced with reality. But reality itself can be surprising. While the odds are incredibly small, they are not zero. Every major discovery in coin history came from someone who decided not to ignore a strange detail. The key difference between dreamers and winners is discipline. Winners verify, protect, and wait. If you ever come across a 1979 Washington quarter without a mint mark that looks unusual in weight, color, thickness, or strike, the smartest move is silence and research. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. Do not sell it quickly. The coin market rewards caution far more than excitement. Time is your ally when rarity is involved. In today's market, true million-dollar coins are not casual finds. They are verified legends. A genuine ultra-rare era quarter would not just change your finances. It would change your identity in the collector world forever. That level of value carries responsibility, because once authenticated, the coin becomes part of documented history. So the real power of a dirty 1979 no mint mark Washington quarter is not guaranteed wealth, but potential. Potential to be nothing or potential to be everything. That thin line between ordinary and extraordinary is what makes coin collecting addictive, thrilling, and dangerous at the same time. And that is why no coin should ever be underestimated until it's told its full story. Next up, the 1969 Washington quarter without a mint mark has become one of the most misunderstood coins in modern American numismatics, surrounded by dramatic stories of overnight wealth, secret treasures, and life-changing discoveries. Many people believe that simply finding this coin in old change, even in a filthy or damaged state, could instantly make them a billionaire. This belief did not come from nowhere. It was born from rare error coins, auction headlines, and exaggerated online claims that blurred the line between possibility and fantasy. To understand the true power of this coin, we must separate emotion from evidence while still recognizing that certain examples genuinely carry extraordinary value. A 1969 quarter with no mint mark means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which at that time did not use a mint mark on circulating coins. Millions were produced, and most of them today are worth only their face value. However, the story changes completely when we talk about extreme mint errors, transitional planchet strikes, or one-of-kind anomalies. In the world of coin collecting, value does not come from age alone, but from rarity within rarity. A dirty condition does not automatically destroy value if the coin possesses a unique feature that no other coin has. What truly fuels $1 million legends are error coins that should never exist. A 1969 Washington quarter struck on the wrong metal, such as a silver planchet meant for a different denomination, or a coin struck multiple times with dramatic misalignment, can reach astonishing prices. These coins are not valuable because they look old or dirty. They are valuable because they represent a mistake so rare that the mint itself failed to repeat it. In such cases, even corrosion, wear, or heavy dirt does not erase historical importance. There are collectors who will pay unbelievable amounts for a coin that rewrites what we thought was possible for that year. A quarter struck on an experimental planchet, or one missing essential design elements due to a die failure, becomes more than money. It becomes evidence of a moment when the minting process broke down. This is where values can leap from a few dollars to tens of thousands, and in extreme verified cases, into six-figure territory. The myth of millions comes from people misunderstanding how rare those cases truly are. It is important to say this clearly and honestly. A normal 1969 no mint mark quarter, even in terrible condition, is not worth millions. Believing otherwise can lead people to false hope and bad decisions. However, dismissing every dirty coin would be equally foolish. Some of the most valuable error coins ever sold looked ugly, damaged, and worthless to untrained eyes. Dirt hides details, and details are where fortunes are found. Cleaning such a coin without professional evaluation can permanently destroy evidence and value. The real danger is selling too quickly. Many people, driven by excitement or desperation, sell potentially rare coins for pocket money because they lack knowledge or patience. A coin with the power to change a life does not announce itself loudly. It whispers through tiny clues, weight differences, metal tone, strike irregularities, missing reeds, or unusual thickness. These are not things the average person checks, but they are exactly what professional graders search for under magnification and precision tools. Stories of overnight wealth exist not because everyone gets rich, but because one person out of millions finds something extraordinary. That is the harsh but fascinating reality of numismatics. A verified, unique 1969 Washington quarter error could indeed reach a price so high that it shocks the world. But those coins are examined, authenticated, documented, and fought over by elite collectors and auction houses. Without certification, even the rarest coin is just a story. The power of this coin lies not in blind belief, but in informed action. If someone truly believes they have a unique 1969 quarter, the smartest move is not selling, cleaning, or boasting. It is preservation. Keeping the coin untouched, protected, and professionally evaluated is the only path that leads toward real value. Fortune does not favor noise. It favors precision and patience. Many priceless coins were ignored for decades before the right expert finally saw their significance. Collectors do not pay millions for dreams. They pay millions for proof. Provenance, authenticity, and uniqueness are what unlock unimaginable prices. Without those, even the most dramatic coin remains ordinary. This truth does not kill the dream, it defines it. The dream is not easy wealth. The dream is discovery. And discovery demands discipline, not desperation. So when people say a 1969 Washington quarter can make you rich overnight, what they really mean is this. If you possess an impossibly rare error coin and handle it correctly, your life could change forever. That possibility is real, but it is razor thin. Most coins will never cross that line. But history shows that some do, and when they do, the world pays attention. In the end, the 1969 no-mint mark Washington quarter stands as a symbol of both hope and caution. Hope, because rare mistakes do exist and have rewritten lives. Caution, because believing every rumor can lead to disappointment. Knowledge is the true fortune changer. The coin itself is silent. It is the understanding of its story that gives it power. And only those who respect that power stand any chance of unlocking its true worth. Next up, the year 1988. The familiar face of George Washington and the bold D mint mark from Denver. At first glance, this Washington quarter looks like an ordinary pocket coin. Many people today hold such coins in their hands, especially ones that are dirty, worn, dark, and forgotten, assuming they are worthless. But history teaches us a powerful lesson. Sometimes the greatest value hides behind the ugliest surface. Coins are not judged only by how clean they look, but by what they represent, how they were made, and whether something went wrong during their creation. Let's be very clear from the beginning. A normal 1988 D. Washington quarter in dirty condition is not worth millions of dollars. This truth is important, because the coin world is full of exaggerated rumors and false hopes. However, the real story, the one that truly matters, is far more fascinating. The real value explosion comes only when a coin carries a major mint error, a mistake so rare that only a handful may exist. That is where fortunes are made, not from ordinary circulation coins. The U.S. Mint in 1988 produced hundreds of millions of quarters, and most were struck correctly. These regular coins, even when old or dirty, usually hold only face value or a small collector premium. Dirt does not create value. Rarity does. In fact, dirt often hides important details, which is why cleaning a coin improperly can permanently destroy its worth. A coin's value lives in its originality, not its shine. Now here is where the story becomes intense. A 1988 D quarter can become extremely valuable if it shows catastrophic mint errors. Errors so dramatic that they stop experts in their tracks. These include off-metal strikes, double denomination errors, wrong planchet strikes, severe double dies, or misaligned dies where the design appears shifted, doubled, or distorted. Such errors are not common mistakes. They are accidents of history, frozen in metal. Imagine a quarter struck on the wrong metal, or one where Washington's face appears doubled like a shadow from another world. These coins are not supposed to exist. When they do, collectors fight to own them. While claims of millions of dollars are often exaggerated, authentic, major error quarters have sold for tens of thousands, and in rare historic cases, even more. That kind of money doesn't come from hype. It comes from verified uniqueness. Many people believe that a dirty coin means a rare coin, but that is a dangerous misunderstanding. Dirt only tells us the coin lived a hard life. What matters is what lies beneath: the weight, the metal composition, the strike quality, and the design alignment. A filthy coin could be worth nothing, or it could be hiding an error worth a fortune. The difference is knowledge, not luck. One of the biggest mistakes people make is cleaning a coin aggressively. Scrubbing, polishing, or using chemicals can erase microscopic details that collectors and grading services rely on. Once cleaned, a potentially valuable coin can lose most of its worth instantly. This is why experienced collectors say, never clean a coin unless you know exactly what you're doing. The fantasy of becoming a billionaire overnight from one quarter is powerful, but the coin market is not a lottery. It is a world of evidence, authentication, and patience. Real million-dollar coins are documented, certified, and fiercely contested. Anyone promising instant riches from a common coin is selling hope, not truth. Still, that does not mean miracles never happen. It means they are rare by definition. If someone truly believes their 1988 D quarter is special, the correct path is professional evaluation, not online rumors. Experts look at weight differences down to fractions of a gram, metal composition, strike pressure, and dye markers invisible to the naked eye. Only then does a coin's real story reveal itself. This process separates dreamers from discoverers. The power of coins is not only monetary, it is historical. Every quarter is a witness to its time. The 1988 D quarter reflects an era of mass production, but also a mechanical vulnerability, where a single mistake could slip through and become legendary. That possibility keeps collectors searching through jars, drawers, and pockets every single day. So if you own a 1988 D Washington quarter, do not rush to believe wild price claims, but also do not dismiss it blindly. Respect the coin. Study it. Protect it. Knowledge is the true treasure here. A normal coin will remain normal, but a genuine error coin can change everything. Slowly, carefully, and correctly. In the end, the real message is simple. Wealth in coin collecting is built on truth, not exaggeration. Fortunes are not created by believing myths, but by understanding rarity. The 1988 D Washington quarter is not a miracle by default, but under the right circumstances, with the right error, it can become something extraordinary. And that possibility, however small, is what keeps the world of coins endlessly fascinating. Next up, the 1980 P. Washington quarter may look ordinary at first glance, especially when it is old, dark, scratched, or heavily dirty. But in the world of rare coins, appearances can be dangerously misleading. Many of the most valuable coins ever discovered were ignored for decades, spent in shops, dropped in jars, or dismissed as worthless simply because they looked worn. This is exactly why collectors and treasure hunters never underestimate any coin, especially one struck during a complex era of U.S. minting like 1980, when machines, dyes, and quality control were under extreme pressure. What makes the 1980 Philadelphia Mint quarter so fascinating is not its normal version, but the possibility hidden within it. Philadelphia coins do not carry a mint mark, which already places them at the center of many historical discoveries. During this period, millions of quarters were produced rapidly, and when speed replaces precision, rare mistakes are born. These mistakes, known as mint errors, are what separate a common coin from a life-changing one. A single unnoticed error can turn a dirty pocket coin into a legendary artifact. Condition does not always destroy value. Sometimes it protects secrets. Dirt, grime, and decades of neglect can actually hide rare features such as doubled details, misaligned strikes, wrong metal compositions, or missing design elements. Many collectors have made shocking discoveries only after professional cleaning and examination. A coin that looks damaged to an untrained eye may, in reality, be concealing something so rare that only a handful exists worldwide. The true power of the 1980 P. Washington quarter lies in extreme error scenarios. Coins struck on the wrong metal, experimental blanks, or planchets intended for other denominations are the holy grail of modern U.S. coinage. If a quarter from this year were discovered to be struck on an incorrect alloy or foreign planchet, its value would no longer be measured in hundreds or thousands, but in amounts that rewrite personal history. These are the kinds of coins museums compete for and elite collectors whisper about. History has proven again and again that impossible coins do exist. Some are found in parking lots, some in inherited jars, and some in the most unlikely places imaginable. The reason they went unnoticed is simple. Nobody believed they could exist. That same disbelief surrounds a 1980 P quarter today. Yet rarity is not created by belief. It is created by accident, and accidents do not announce themselves. If a genuine, previously undocumented major error were confirmed on a 1980 P quarter, the value could escalate beyond logic. Unique coins do not follow price guides. They follow demand, prestige, and fear of missing out. When only one example exists, the market has no ceiling. That is how certain coins cross into six-figure and seven-figure territory, not because they are old, but because they are alone. This is why spending such a coin casually would be an irreversible mistake. Coins like these should never be cleaned harshly, sold quickly, or shown to unqualified buyers. The difference between a few dollars and generational wealth is often knowledge, patience, and professional authentication. One rush decision can erase a fortune before it is even recognized. Collectors understand one brutal truth. The dirtiest coins sometimes carry the cleanest profits. Dirt can be removed, but rarity cannot be created. Once a unique coin is confirmed, it enters a completely different universe. One where private collectors, auction houses, and institutions compete silently but aggressively. At that level, price becomes a secondary concern to ownership. The idea that a single quarter could change a person's destiny overnight is not fantasy. It is rare reality. It has happened before, and it can happen again, but only to those who resist disbelief and act wisely. Most people overlook treasure because it does not shine. The few who question the ordinary are the ones who discover the extraordinary. The 1980 P. Washington quarter represents a reminder that wealth does not always announce itself with gold or sparkle. Sometimes it arrives disguised as dirt, damage, and doubt. The coin you ignore today could be the story people tell tomorrow, if it carries the right secret within its metal. This is why every old quarter deserves a second look, not because all are valuable, but because one might be, and that one is enough to change everything. History rewards those who protect possibility rather than dismiss it. So if you ever hold a 1980 P. Washington quarter that looks ugly, worn, or forgotten, do not rush to judge its worth. Do not spend it cheaply. Do not assume the story is already written. In rare cases, a single coin holds the power to flip a life upside down, and the greatest fortunes are often born for what the world once believed was nothing. Next up, the 1990 P. Washington quarter is one of those coins that often sparks wild stories, rumors, and dreams of instant wealth, especially when someone finds it old, dirty, dark, or heavily worn. Many people believe that a dirty coin automatically means rarity, and when the year 1990 and the Philadelphia Mint mark are involved, imagination starts running faster than facts. The truth is that this coin represents a powerful lesson in the world of coin collecting. Not every old or dirty coin is priceless, but under very rare conditions, ordinary coins can become extraordinary. In 1990, the United States Mint produced hundreds of millions of Washington quarters, and the Philadelphia Mint alone struck an enormous quantity. This high production means that most 1990 P quarters were meant for everyday use, not for collectors. Because of this, the majority of these coins are still worth only their face value. Even today, dirt, corrosion, or dark toning does not increase value by itself. In fact, heavy dirt usually lowers the price unless something truly unusual is hiding beneath the surface. Where excitement truly begins is in the small chance of minting errors. A normal 1990 P quarter will never sell for millions of dollars, no matter how dirty it looks. However, if the coin contains a genuine extreme mint error, then the story changes completely. Errors such as a dramatic off-center strike, a double strike, a missing clad layer, or a wrong metal composition are the only situations where a 1990 P quarter can become valuable beyond imagination. These are not common mistakes. They are accidents that happen once in millions of strikes. One of the most powerful myths in coin collecting is that dirt hides massive value. In reality, dirt hides details, and details are everything. Collectors do not pay for mystery. They pay for proof. A dirty quarter must be carefully examined by professionals because cleaning it incorrectly can permanently destroy any chance of value. Many people ruin potentially valuable coins by aggressively cleaning them, thinking they're helping when they are actually erasing history. There has never been a confirmed sale of a normal 1990 P. Washington quarter for millions of dollars. That level of money is reserved for legendary coins with confirmed errors, historic metal mistakes, or prototype strikes that were never meant to leave the mint. Claims of becoming a billionaire overnight from a common 1990 P quarter are part of internet fantasy, not numismatic reality. Still, that does not mean hope is completely dead. It simply means hope must be grounded in knowledge. If a 1990 P quarter were struck on the wrong metal, such as a silver or experimental planchet, it could reach extremely high values. Coins like this are so rare that even experienced collectors may never see one in their lifetime. When such a coin appears, it is authenticated, graded, and documented, and only then does the market react. Without certification, even a genuine error coin is just a suspicious piece of metal. Condition also plays a massive role. A dirty coin that is heavily worn will never outperform a cleaner coin with sharp details, unless the error is so dramatic that condition becomes secondary. Collectors want clarity, originality, and verifiable uniqueness. Dirt alone does not tell a story. The strike, metal, and design flaws do. The idea that every unusual coin is life-changing is emotionally exciting, but dangerous. Many people lose money chasing fantasies, instead of learning the real mechanics of value. The real power comes from understanding why some coins reach extreme prices, while others never move beyond face value. Knowledge, not luck, is what creates long-term success in coin collecting. If someone believes they have a special 1990 P quarter, the smartest move is patience. The coin should be stored safely, untouched, and shown only to professionals who specialize in error coins. No social media opinion or casual advice can replace expert authentication. True rare coins do not need exaggeration. Their value speaks for itself once verified. Stories about coins changing fortunes overnight usually begin with a misunderstanding and end with disappointment. Real fortune-changing coins exist, but they are known, documented, and fiercely contested by collectors worldwide. A 1990 P quarter can only enter that world if it carries a verified, extreme mint anomaly, not simply because it looks old or dirty. The Washington quarter itself carries historical importance, honoring George Washington and representing American circulation coinage for decades. Its value lies not just in money, but in history, design, and minting technology. Understanding this history helps collectors separate fantasy from fact. In the end, the 1990 P. Washington quarter is a perfect example of how myths are born in the coin world. While it will not make anyone a billionaire overnight in normal form, it can still teach one of the most valuable lessons of all. True rarity is proven, not imagined, and real wealth in coin collecting comes from education, patience, and truth, not from viral promises of instant fortune.